Mohammad Shahid Mir. I am from Jammu and Kashmir. I did my BTech in civil engineering from Mewari University, Chittorgarh, Rajasthan.
Okay.
I had been teaching since last 4 years. For the first 2 years, I was teaching at Apex Model High School, Sogam Lola. And for the next 2 years, I was teaching at Skylark Academy of Sciences to the students up to the grade 10th. Ma'am, moving towards my strength, I am very passionate about teaching, and I'm always ready to work even under high pressure. Ma'am, my hobbies are reading newspapers and playing cricket.
Okay. So, Muhammad, you have completed your engineering, right? In civil,
yes, ma'am.
Civil engineering. So, why do you want to go for teaching?
Ma'am, even in engineering, we have to, ma'am, in engineering, there is also a profession that someone are taught by, engineers are also taught by some other teachers. So, they are also, teaching is a profession, ma'am. So, there is no any, that means after doing BTech or after doing engineering, we can't teach.
I'm not saying that, one cannot teach after doing engineering. So I think in Byjus, that is a criteria to teach, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, to come as a teacher. But my question to you is that you have been, you have been taken a technical course, professional course like engineering. Okay, country like India, where it is growing, maybe it needs a civil engineers like you. Don't you think the 4 years is just a waste? Just to,
no. No, as per actually, I was passionate about from first, when I was in college, and it was my aim that I should be a teacher. But ma'am, I did engineering because engineering gives us a lot of idea to think, and whatsoever we are doing after engineering, that's also, and what we taught to students, that there's a lot of relations, because if we teach a surface area, if we teach anything about a circle and all these things which we have learned in engineering, for example, all these practical we go in engineering, and to make the students or to make engineers. So in maths or anything, for example, we are if we talk about the physics, different things we study in the physics, we have to apply that. That means there should be teachers who should have this technical background. They can teach it as well, and that's why I have chosen the teaching. I have chosen this field.
Okay, fine. So, Muhammad, can you tell me why Byjus?
Ma'am, actually, the team leadership and their mission, or we can say their vision, I like the most. And ma'am, there are teachers from the almost all over entire the nation, and students from the entire nation. So there is a probability that I can learn a lot of new things, new techniques, new methods are they adapting. So I can work for such a, if I will be able to work, if I get the job in such a very big organization, it's an honor for me. So that's why I want to join Byjus.
Okay, who is the founder of the Byjus?
Sir, ma'am, it's Byjus Ravindran.
Byjus Ravindran. Do you know what is the Play Store rating of Byjus?
Almost 4.2.
Okay,
I think so.
So what are the recent acquisition by Byjus?
Ma'am, it's almost I know 3 or 4. It's top. It is Akash Institute, and ma'am, this White Hat Junior.
Okay.
And almost I know all these 3.
Okay. In which year Byjus have released its app? Byjus application.
It in 2015.
That's great. So can you tell me 5 USPs of Byjus, Muhammad?
Please, ma'am, once again.
USP, special features. What are they offer in the product? Yeah. Unique selling features of Byjus. What makes Byjus a unique product? Or what do you know about a Byjus product as a whole?
Ma'am, actually, they are very good method of 2 teachers advantage teaching a system, and they are taking practically. They are they are teaching students just like making creative things and creative ideas. So this is the one of the best thing in Byjus academic app which they are running.
Okay, fine. So okay, fine. Muhammad, can you give me a live demo in any topic that you like to, Okay,
Sure,
whichever the topic that you feel you are confident and strong, you can give a
sure.
live demo on that. Yeah.
And I can give it virtually.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Virtually have to, yeah.
Okay. I hope everyone is fine. Today we are going to discuss our today's topic is gravitation. Dear students, gravitation actually it is the force of attraction, an invisible force of attraction between the two objects, in which both are the objects attract each other towards their center. We are standing on the surface of the earth, and moon is revolving around the earth, and apple falls down towards the surface of earth. Everything is because of the gravitational force, the force between the two objects. Let's suppose I will take a case. I will take it practically. I have some objects here. Let this object is object A of mass m, and this object B of mass m2, and there is a force of attraction between these two objects. But because these objects are so small, so that's why we are not able to see that these objects are attracting towards each other. Otherwise, whatsoever everything in this universe, there is a force of attraction between every two objects, whatsoever it may be. And similarly, if there is, it can be, for example, if both objects are small, the force is small. If one among two or both objects are heavy or large objects, then this force can be experienced easily. For example, we are attached to surface. Why is it so? Because Earth is very heavy and big mass. That's why we are attracted towards the surface of the Earth. And similarly, moon is revolving around the Earth. And I have taken another more practical demonstration so that we can understand it easily. Let's suppose I have here a thread, and I have taken a stone which is tied to it. Similarly, moon is revolving around the Earth. For example, I will rotate it, and that means there is a force I'm going to apply on this very stone, and this stone is revolving. Same is the case. Moon and Earth both are the heavy objects, and that means their mass is very large, and they are applying force on each other. Because of that force, this moon is revolving around the Earth. And if the objects are small, this force is small. For example, if both the objects are of mass 1 kg, then the force of attraction between the two objects is almost 6.67 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton. That is very, very much. If the mass are heavy, the force is directly proportional. That means as we increase the mass, or as the mass are in, as the mass of the object is going to increase, the force will also increase, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That means, for example, if I have both the objects of mass 1 kg, and their force between them is 1 Newton, and if we increase the mass to 2 kg both, then the force is 4 Newton. Similarly, it can increase, and we can say that, for example, if I have an object at some distance 1 meter or r meter apart, and the force of attraction is, for example, F equal to m1 mg into m1 m2 upon r square. And if we increase this decrease distance to half, then this force will become 4 times. That means as we decrease the distance, the force between the two objects increase, and it increases 4 times, because it is actually square times increasing or decreasing. And if I increase the distance between the two objects, then the force of attraction between the two objects decrease 4 times. So this was the law, which is on the basis of which we are explaining that how planets are revolving around the Earth, and how moon is revolving around the Earth, and how we are standing on the Earth, and how every thing attracts every other object. And this is the weakest force among all the other forces which are in nature. This was all about the gravitational law, gravitation and universal law of gravitation.
Okay. So you told Muhammad the gravitational force is the weakest force on the Earth. What are the other 3 forces which are stronger than gravitational forces? There are other 3 forces. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. That is ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I forgot suddenly.
Okay. No problem.
I can revise.
Okay. No problem. Okay, fine. Mohammed, can you tell me what is the value of small g?
Small g, that means, and that is 9.8 almost. It is 10 to 9.8
Okay.
Newton per meter,
So,
meter per second square.
Okay. So can you tell me what is fertilization?
Fusion of the male in the female gametes is known as fertilization.
Okay, what is isotopes?
Isotopes are the atoms of the different elements having the same atomic number but different atomic mass.
What is atomic mass?
Atomic mass, actually, it is the mass of the protons and as well as neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom.
So what is the maximum number of electrons there for the first shell of an atom? In the first shell.
First shell, ma'am, we are having the formula for this 2n square.
Okay.
That means first shell is n is 1, and that means 2 electrons are in the first shell, and same continuously they will increase according to the formula.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me what is meant by displacement reaction?
Ma'am, displacement reaction in this strong, for example, we are having, I can take an example, for example, copper sulfate. Okay. Copper sulfate plus, if we add copper sulfate with some less reactive elements, that means actually displacement reaction in which more reactive element displaces the less reactive element. That's called as displacement reaction. I have taken an example, but copper sulfate plus, we can take zinc. Zinc is more reactive, so it can displace the copper. So zinc sulfate, and it will displace the copper, so it becomes zinc sulfate plus copper. This is an example of displacement reaction.
Yes. Okay, can you tell me what is nuclear membrane?
Nuclear membrane. This actually outermost membrane of the cell, animal cell, or the human being. All these.
Okay. That's all. Okay. What are plastides?
Ma'am, these are found in the plant cell. Actually, plastids. These are used for the storage of food.
Okay. So, do you know what are vascular bundles are?
Actually, ma'am, these are the connective tissues of the plant, which are used for the transport system, for the transport of water and other minerals, xylem and phloem. The phloem transports the food from which is prepared in the leaves of plant to different parts of the plant.
Okay, that's great. Can you tell me what is rotatory motion and what is circular motion, and what is the difference between these two?
Circular motion, when a body revolves in a circular path, that's called a circular motion, and rotatory motion, when a body rotates along a particular axis, ma'am. Okay. That's called as.
Can you give me an example?
Ma'am, we can take example of Earth. That's having rotatory motion.
Okay.
And circular motion means simply the we can also take the, for example, a moment of this wheel is also example of circular motion.
Okay. So can you tell me you have spoken about gravitation, right? So yes, can you tell me what are the laws of gravitation? There are many people have given a laws, right? There is not one person who has given the law, but he has concised and he has given one particular law. If you could remember, if you could recall the number of scientists who has given different theories regarding gravitation. So can you name them if you know?
Actually, Galileo have also said regarding that there was a confusion that heavy object will falls first, and a lighter object will fall later on. But he said that it is not, because actually it is the air resistance in case of heavy light objects. This opposed resistance becomes more than the mass of that very object, and that's why this heavy objects reach earlier to the surface of Earth as compared to the lighter object. He was also some connection in.
I think okay, fine. Who told that the Earth is a center and all the planets rotates around the Earth? Somebody has told this, right? Not, we know that the sun is a star, So around the
Yes.
sun, so all the planets rotate. But somebody has given a theory saying that all the planets rotates around the Earth.
Ma'am, it may be Kepler's, but I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Okay, fine. So what is electromagnet, Muhammad?
Electromagnet, ma'am, due to change of the when we change the magnetic field, because of change of the magnetic field, electric current generates. That's called as electromagnet.
Okay. So can you tell me, what are atomic number and mass number?
Atomic number simply means the number of protons that will give
Okay.
us the atomic number, and the mass number is the sum of mass of protons plus mass of neutrons in an atom.
Okay. So can you tell me what is neutralization reaction is?
Ma'am, in which the reaction in which both acid as well as in order to neutralize, for example, if we are facing acidity, ma'am, we are taking some medicine which is basic in nature, so
Okay.
that in order to neutralize that very effect. This is an example. This is a real life example, and that means we can say neutralization reaction in which both acid and base reacts to each other.
And creates a solution.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Say for example, salt and water, where salt will dissolve properly in water.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So can you tell me, what are the why crystallization is better than evaporation? Why crystallization technique is better than evaporation technique?
Ma'am, actually in crystallization, there is that means this gives us more purity
Okay.
as compared to the this evaporation, ma'am. Evaporation.
Okay. So what are the principles of distillation?
Sorry, ma'am. I don't.
Okay. So do you know why turmeric turns red in a soap solution?
Actually, ma'am, it is that means it is acidic in nature. It is actually it's a natural indicator, ma'am, which gives us the classification whether a given substance is acidic or basic in nature.
Okay, fine. So do you know why we shouldn't prefer to store curd in a metals? So why don't we store it in metals?
Ma'am, actually,
Copper. Yeah.
please once can you repeat once?
Yeah, like we don't store curd or anything in a something which reacts so quickly. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we don't. Yes. Why don't we store in such vessels? Say for example, some metals, so which react with curd. So why don't we store?
Actually, there is a sorry, ma'am, but exact answer I don't.
Okay, fine, no problem. So can you tell me the volume of cube? Cone.
Volume of cube 1/3 pi r square h.
Yes, it's a cone's volume.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell me, what are the hormones? What are the reproduction hormones in males and females?
There is estrogen and progesterone. I think so.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me the difference between plant and animal cells?
Actually,
What
ma'am,
makes-
animal cell contains cell wall as well, but there is no cell wall in plant cell, and that's the main, ma'am, because cell wall is in order to protect or in order to make in order to give the strength to the plant cell, because plant cell have to face different variations, temperature, and all these things. So a cell wall is there in the plant, but no cell wall in the animal cell.
Okay, what are the other difference you can make out?
I know only one, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. So can you tell me the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction?
In sexual reproduction, there is a fusion of male and female gametes. But in asexual reproduction, there is no such case. There is no fusion of male and female gametes.
Okay. So why
as
it happens
grafting.
like? Okay. Can you give me an example for asexual reproduction?
Yes, ma'am. Grafting, budding, and
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me what is transpiration is?
Actually, transpiration is a release of the water and other gases from the leaves of the plants, including as well as water from the leaves of plant, which is this is also an excretion process of a plant.
Okay. So can you define me what is photosynthesis is?
Photosynthesis means actually it is a synthesis of the food, the preparation of food by the plant for itself by use of the sunlight, sunlight, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll.
Okay. So what is the byproduct of photosynthesis process?
Glucose plus oxygen.
Glucose plus oxygen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me the real color of sun?
Actually, it's a ball. It's a ball of huge gases. So
color of the sun. Yeah.
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. So can you tell me what is E equals to MC square? Can you explain what it is and who has given this?
This is energy mass relation equation. It is given by Einstein.
Okay.
And he said that energy equal to mass time, and mass into C is actually the speed of light.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. So can you tell me what are all the colors there in a rainbow in a sequence?
There are 7 colors, ma'am. We are having a whip gear for that: violet, indigo, blue, yellow, red, orange, red.
Okay. Can you name them in a sequence?
Ma'am, we follow the this. We are having tune this web guide: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me why sky looks blue?
It is because of scattering of blue color of this light.
So why other colors? Why don't other colors spread? Why only blue color spreads? Why only blue scatters?
Because of its wavelength, ma'am. It has maximum wavelength. That is why.
Okay, maximum wavelength.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you tell me what is cytoplasm and protoplasm is?
Cytoplasm is actually cytoplasm is interior of the cell, are all cell organelles of and in protoplasm. Inside cytoplasm is the all material of the cell inside, excluding nucleus, while as protoplasm in protoplasm, which means all the material of the cell, all the cell organelles, including the nucleus.
Okay. So can you tell me what is mass number?
Mass number is sum of mass of protons and neutrons
in an atom. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what are the so what is atomic number?
Atomic number is the number of protons present in an atom.
Protons, that's it?
Yes, ma'am. Atomic number is the number of protons present in atom. It will give us the atomic number.
Okay, fine. Can you tell me the structure of an atom? Structure
of an atom. There are different theories which are given in order to define the structure of an atom. Okay. Niels Bohr, Dalton. There are different scientists who give different aspects regarding the structure of an atom.
But you can explain any one structure, right?
Dalton atomic theory, he said that this atom, he said that atom is the smallest particle, smallest individual particle, and he said that there are different orbits in which and these electrons are revolving around it.
Okay, so where this nucleus and protons present?
These are present in the nucleus of an atom.
Yes. Okay, can you tell me the difference between metals and non-metals?
Actually, metals are those substances which conduct electricity, which are good conductor of heat, and which have shining appearance, while as non-metals do not have they do not conduct electricity, they do not have shining appearance, and they do not have luster, all these things.
Okay. So
Yes,
can you give me an example for metals?
Metals, we have aluminum, we have gold, we have copper, and non-metals, we have plastic, we have plastic, we have many.
Okay. Okay, fine. So can you tell me the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection? So
angle of
can you
incidence
explain?
is, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Angle of incidence is the angle which is formed between the incident ray and the normal, and angle of reflection is the angle which is formed between the reflected ray or reflected ray and the normal.
Okay, are
And
they
these both
equal all
angles
the
are
time?
equal.
Why?
Yes, ma'am, they are always equal.
Why? Can you explain why they are equal always? There is a theory, right, to prove that they are equal. Yeah.
There is a law, ma'am, which says that angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection.
Yeah, it is true. Can you explain why it is equal? Why always angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection?
Because, ma'am, if we change the angle of incidence, then angle of reflection will also change at the same rate. So that means angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection.
Okay, fine. So can you tell me what the difference between convex and concave lens?
Convex lens, which is that type of transparent lens which is thick at the center and thin at the edges. That's
Okay.
convex lens. And concave lens, which is thin at the center and thick at the edge. That's the concave lens. That's concave lens. Yes.
Okay. So can you give me an example? Where do we use convex lens and where do we use concave lens?
Convex lens, ma'am, mainly we use a concave lens, and these are used in speculas, especially persons suffering from different disease, myopia, hypermetropia, which are we are using this types of lens, and we are using a concave lens in hypermetropia.
Okay.
And convex lens in myopia.
Can you explain me what is myopia?
Myopia means that a person is not able to see the far away objects clearly, and he is only able to see the nearby objects clearly.
Okay. So say for example, I'm dropping an object from certain height. So what is the initial velocity of that object?
Initial velocity is 0, ma'am, because we are just, because u is the initial velocity, and this object is just in our hand, and we are just dropping it, not applying any force.
Okay, it will double at certain point of distance, right? It increases.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, velocity increases continuously per meter square, ma'am. Per meter, it is it increases. Okay,
that's great. So yeah, your interview, I mean, fine. So Mohammed, can you tell me how much is salary expectation from your end, from the company?
As per the company rules and regulations, as per their rules and regulations.
Fine. I'll give you 3 parameters. Arrange them according to your priority. Okay. Yes. So work-life balance, growth, career growth, and money.
Work-life balance is first thing, ma'am. Money second, and career growth third.
Okay. We have a 2 years of bond in Byjus. If you leave a company before to completion of 2 years, you will be penalized with 2 lakhs rupees. Is that okay for you?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So tell me 5 points that you have observed during COVID. So any positive points or a negative points that you have observed in this COVID situation?
Ma'am, actually, COVID situation have taught us a lot of things, man. Many things we learned from this COVID pandemic. Because before that, there was our mindset was totally different. What we are today thinking, as per my view, ma'am. Because before 5 years or before 2 years, 3 years, we can say, we were having a lot of different concepts. If we talk about the education system or anything else, for example, Byju's is running from last 10 to 12 years, and they were very broad. They have very broad vision. I said before, just at the starting, that they have very broad vision. And I want to say that many people even up to this time are not able to recognize that how much important education is even in our for us. So due to COVID pandemic, we learned that how actually we adopted many things from foreign nations as well, like how they are getting education online, how they are ready to get all these things. How can we work from the home as well? Because in order to run a country, it is not all times possible. As from just 2 years, ho sakta hai, in it may be possible in coming days. We don't know what will be the next step. For example, if there is worse than that current situation, may Almighty save us, all of us. So now at time we have learned to something. How can we survive? How can we deal with all these things? So it was not possible. It was not visual. It was not. For example, firstly, just pandemic started.
Okay, I got your point now. Yeah, it's right. So can you say, for example, I don't hire you today. So what is your backup plan?
I keep working. I keep on working. I work hard and I will get my job.
Okay. Will you try back in Byju's or will you apply in other platforms?
No, ma'am. I will apply again because, sir, because ma'am, actually, I'm very much this. I like so much this platform and their visualization or their methods of teaching and the way I like most. So I will apply again.
Okay. Have you, like till now, you haven't applied in any other platforms like Extra Marks, Vedantu? Have you applied in these platforms as well?
No, ma'am, I have not applied.
Okay. So you really wanted to get into Byju's?
Yes, ma'am.
So what would you choose between teaching as a profession or teaching with Byju's? Is that only option for you, teaching with Byju's?
No, actually, teaching is a profession, but
yes.
The way because Byju's is a big platform, big company, so there are a lot of things and there are a lot of techniques which we need to adopt. So that means if along with, for example, I'm a teacher by choice, so I need to learn all these things because in order to grow.
Okay, that's great. Fine. Your interview is over.